Hey guys, this is Hans and welcome to Hans Says. So, 2 weeks have officially been up since I started working at Journey of Volkswagen. It's been an awesome journey so far. I'm getting to learn so much from everyone here, including the managers, my colleagues, everybody. I actually made my first sale on Friday basically. So, a lady came in looking for a Jetta, and I think she was probably the best client that I could have asked for. She knew exactly what she was looking for. She saw a couple of cars, and yeah, she basically got what she wanted. It was a very easy, simple transaction, and I couldn't have asked for more for my first client. So, what is the purpose of this video? As I told you earlier, that my channel is going to focus mainly on finance and automotive content. So, here I am basically clubbing the two in a way, and uh, I want to discuss like what goes sort of into buying a car and what kind of questions you should ask yourself before you buy a car, right? So again, it's a very basic topic. It's very, I mean, something that's probably for a first-time car buyer. And if it's the first time you're buying a car, there are about four questions that you really need to sit down and ask yourself before you even head to a showroom. And here's what they are. I mean, the first question is like, what sort of use is your car going to be? Like, what are you going to use the car for? Are you a recreational driver? Are you only going to use it for commuting? Are you going to use it for maybe going on trails, maybe going off-roading? So, what is your use for the car? That is the first thing. How many people are going to be sitting in the car at any given time? Is it going to be just you? Maybe you and a partner? Maybe your whole family? A two plus two or a two plus three, or even more than that. So you could buy a coupe, which is strictly a two-seater, or you could buy a two plus two coupe, or you could buy, n number of, other cars, even an SUV with 7 seats for your whole family. So it totally depends on what your purpose of getting the car is and how you're going to use it. Uh, how long is your average drive? Why this matters is because the longer you drive every day, the more the fuel economy becomes important and relevant to your equation. So if you're driving only maybe let's say 5 to 10 kilometers a day, you don't need to worry so much about the fuel economy. You can get by with a car which has less than stellar fuel economy. But if you're driving maybe 20, 30, 40, 50 kilometers a day, you do want something that's easier on the gas and that doesn't gulp it by the gallon. Basically, that's how it goes. Another thing you want to keep in mind is what features are important to you. Like, do you want AirPlay? Do you need to have wireless car charging? Do you need a reverse camera, 360 camera? Because cars these days are loaded with features and to the brim, basically. They're loaded features to the brim. So you need to make a choice about what you need in your car. Do you want heated seats? Do you want a heated steering wheel? A lot of these things. So all these things will go into deciding what car you'll end up buying for yourself. The second thing is the budget. What budget have you kept for your car? Because remember, you're not just paying for the car, right? You're paying for the ownership of the vehicle. At the end of the day, it's going to be a very holistic sort of approach. So you're paying for the car, whether it be cash or payments. Uh, Sorry, you're going to pay for the insurance at the very least, fuel, right? You need to maintain the car, so maintenance, something breaks down, you're going to have to pay for it, whether you like it or not. Registration taxes, we can just sort of lump that into the car payments. And where are you going to pay to park the car? A lot of times people don't have parking for their cars and they need to pay for that as well. So do you have parking for your car or are you going to pay for it? Are you including that in your total budget estimate or not? So a lot of things matter, right? It's not as simple as going buying a car and you're done. If you end up buying a car that's uh, expensive to maintain, let's say buy an exotic, let's say buy a Lamborghini, right? Buying a Lamborghini doesn't end at the 100, $200,000 you might pay for it. You have to spend maybe five, six, seven, eight, $10,000 every year just to maintain the car. Are you going to be able to afford that? Your insurance might be $6 to $8,000 a year. Can you afford that? So a lot of things matter, not just the price of the car. So please keep that in mind before making a decision. The next question you want to ask yourself is, are you going to buy a new or a used car? So a lot of factors go into this as well, right? The price matters. A new car is obviously going to be way more expensive than a used car. Uh, the trade-in value of the car, or rather the residual value. A new car will have a lot more depreciation, so you lose a lot more money initially in depreciation than you would on a used car. But it really doesn't matter if you're going to keep the car for a long time. Let's say if you buy a car and use it for 6, 7, 8, 10 years, that depreciation curve really starts to taper off towards the end. And overall, it doesn't matter because you get the peace of mind, the warranty, the reliability of a brand new car. So it's totally worth it. But if you're somebody who's going to buy a car and sell it and change it every 2 or 3 years, then maybe it might be a better idea to get a used car where the most of the depreciation has already been taken care of and you're just paying for the usage of the car. Again, the warranty, you won't have as much of a warranty or no warranty on a used car depending on the age. The features, if you buy a really old car, you will not get any of the fancy features that you want. Uh, Apple CarPlay, wireless charging, 360-degree camera, all that stuff. Also, remember, it's a lot cheaper generally to finance a brand new car, as a lot of times manufacturers themselves finance the vehicles and they provide uh, cheap financing for new vehicles just to get rid of stock. And old cars, typically, if you buy a very old car, you may not get a very long tenure of finance, and the financing rates would typically be higher. So you need to make a choice. Do you want new or do you want used? The final question you might want to ask yourself is, are you going to buy the car or are you going to lease it? So you can buy the car in two ways, right? One is you can either finance it or pay cash for it, or you could just lease it from the company, the showroom, or XYZ organization. So when you buy the car, it's your car, right? So you own it, you service it, you pay for it. At the end of the day, when you're done with it, you sell it, and you're done. When you lease a car, it's not really your car. It remains in the name of the leasee, and you keep paying a monthly or bi-weekly fee to them. And when you're done with the lease or the lease is over, you just hand it back and you're done. Or you can pay the residual and buy it off them. So it depends on what you want. Uh, Again, there is no perfect answer here. Under certain circumstances, leasing is better, especially if you are able to write off all the expenses in your company. But under other circumstances, maybe if the residual value of your car is not very high, then maybe leasing is a better option. But if your car has a good residual value and you are going to keep it for a long time, and if you are sort of not able to write off any of the expenses of the lease, then might as well just buy it. Uh, that's about it. Yeah, I mean, if you keep these options in mind, if you keep these questions in mind, and you answer them honestly and diligently to yourself, uh, you probably will not go wrong when buying a car, and you'll avoid the chance of making a mistake. What a lot of people do wrong is they have no idea what they want when they decide to buy a car. They go into a dealership and they get talked into buying something that may not be ideal for the situation just because of a slick salesman or something else. So it's always better to know what you want, go in with the knowledge about the product, about your requirements, about your needs, and stick to it. And that's it, my friends. Uh, I myself am in car sales. So if you're ever in the Coquitlam area, I need to buy a car. Drop in. We can have a chat. We can have a coffee, and maybe we can figure out and help you out buy a car. Thanks for watching, guys. Please give the video a like. Maybe leave me a comment about what you think about buying a car. What car do you want to buy next, and what your budget is to buy it. And yeah, share the video with somebody who might find it useful. Thanks, guys.